trying to be like Alexander Skarsgård.
Is that the guy? He also wore no pants for an event one time.
Oh, that's cool. He can wear nothing as
no
far as
pants.
I'm concerned.
Well, I think it was no pants, and then the things that hold your socks up.
Oh,
people wear.
All right, that's cool.
Right.
Whatever works for him. You ready, sir?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Welcome back to another episode of Diego and Sam Know Nothing.
The show where sometimes we just don't have a lot to talk about, but we need to film an episode.
Yeah.
So we need to get some content back on the internet.
Like a CW episode or a CW show with 25 episodes. We got to have some fillers sometimes.
There's a filler episode.
There's a filler episode.
It's going to be a quick one.
Has nothing to do with the main storyline at all.
No.
And we're here to get through it.
We're staying white on this guy?
Yeah, I mean, we can. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know what we would do.
Silver?
I feel like in honor of it, we'd have to turn it off.
Yeah.
Make it dark in here.
Darkness? All right.
Yeah, we'd have to film in darkness with just like flashlight on our face.
Yeah.
In order to get the mood.
Because we saw a rough one.
We saw The Northman, which, you know what I appreciate about you specifically? Just about the way that we roll sometimes.
Oh, because that's something funny to say about us, too.
Do you really?
I wonder if it's the same thing. I doubt it.
Just like I can hit you up and be like, hey, I'm going to go. Do you want to go do a thing? And you're like, yeah, let's go do the thing. And then we just go do the thing. And then we can change it up. We could do whatever.
Yeah.
We just roll with it.
100%.
And that's just awesome.
That is how I do movies specifically, though.
Because you can, like, one day to the next, you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the movie.
Because I'll do it. If you're like, hey, I have a fancy dinner party and you need to dress up in a suit and tie.
Oh, yeah.
You'd probably have a harder time.
Probably.
But if you're like, yo, let's do a movie at 7. Okay, cool. No, 6:15. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be 9:45. Oh, okay.
All right, fine. Yeah.
It's actually going to be a 1 a.m. showing.
That was us this weekend.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
No, just kidding. 6 there. That's okay.
Yeah, I know. You're like, okay, good. Thank God. Whew.
And I was already planning to go.
Normal time.
I was already planning to go. I was ready.
I was trying to get the Northman in this whole weekend, and so I was happy that it was squeezing in the last second.
I'm not done. I might have something to do later on today, movie-wise.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe.
Well, we're going to kind of talk a little bit about just the availability lately, because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing if streaming is not going to be that popular. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right. Northman. So we saw, what was your thing about us that you had?
Oh, I love how we just both walked out of the movie and just didn't really say anything. And I don't know if it was the movie. I don't know if it was late, Sunday night, or like what it was.
Like all of it, yeah.
We like got out, we're like, what'd you think? Cool. Yep.
I think a lot of it was...
See you tomorrow at 12?
Yep.
All right. I think it was the movie.
I think I was going to... Yeah.
For me, 1,000% was the... I was like, dude, I have no idea how to process what I just watched.
I needed a minute.
Oh, I needed a while.
I needed a bit, and I went home, we got ready for bed, and I'm talking to Kat, and she's asking me questions, whatever, and I'm sitting there, and she's like, your mind's racing, isn't it? And I'm like, yes!
It was hard to process.
And she was like, because of the movie? And I'm like, yes! That's all I'm thinking about right now, is this crazy movie that we saw.
So what did you think of it? Do you want me to go first?
I'll start, and then I'll pass the baton to you. So... I'm going to say this up front. This is my first Robert Eggers movie. I didn't know his style. Yes. I didn't see The Witch. I didn't see The Lighthouse. I don't know what the style that he's known for. So this is my first experience.
Apparently is a well-known thing. I don't know.
He's an auteur, so he has a certain style, which, again, I can get behind. I can appreciate. I didn't know what I was getting into, though, right? Mm-hmm. If you watch the trailer, you have no idea.
Yeah.
If you think you're getting into an epic
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of violence.
Yeah. And there was violence for sure. But it was much smaller scale than I thought it was going to be. So right off the bat, I was like, okay, this is a different movie than I thought. Mm-hmm. So I got to get it. I got to recalibrate in the middle. And right when the movie started, and we get this, we get Ethan Hawke showing up, right? He's the king.
Weird guy.
He's the king. And realizes he's severely injured, so he takes his son to get high. Is that appropriate? Is that what we're saying? Right? Is that accurate?
Ritual.
They do a ritual, but they drink. Yeah, very animalistic. Stuff in this film, right? And obviously it's we knew it was a revenge story, so Ethan Hawke goes through that whole thing with his son because he needs to make sure he's the rightful heir, and then he dies. And that's like a whole. And
he's murdered. He's murdered.
Sorry.
Savagely murdered.
Savagely murdered. Yeah, by his brother.
Yes.
Stepbrother? Is that we get? Right, we get the sense that he was like a bastard son.
So I sometimes have trouble with accents and things. So a lot of stuff.
You missed a lot of stuff.
Missed a lot of stuff.
Names, especially in this movie.
Names.
I had to
only caught it. Olga was the only one I could clearly hear. I was like, Olga. I was like, okay, it's an awful name, so I'll remember that.
Yeah. God. Sorry, Olga.
Sorry, anybody named Olga.
That one fan we had. Her name was Olga.
So I did miss a lot of stuff. So I did miss names. I don't know if it was actual brother.
I got the sense it was I think he says bastard son, so I got the sense it was like an affair situation.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is why he wasn't the rightful heir to the throne.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that kind of stuff. So, murdered by his brother. So the son vows to save his mom, avenge his father, murder his uncle, and that's the whole movie. What he's trying to do.
The rally cry.
Right. Yeah, that's his rally cry. Right? That's what he wakes up in the morning and says to motivate himself. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed that it was small scale. I just don't think all the psychedelic ritual stuff is for me.
Like the dream sequences.
Yeah. I don't know how much I feed off that anymore.
So was that part of the time? Is that something they believed in this time, or is that just like an element for the movie?
That's a good question, because I do believe that they even mentioned in the movie a few times, like how they do rituals for the gods, right? Yeah. So they even like at some point they lay a sacrifice to the gods, and like there is a lot of we do these certain things so that we can communicate with the gods, and so there's probably a lot of Viking lore.
Did in that time.
Probably a lot of Viking lore. It's very fitting.
Okay.
And this was just Robert Eggers' way of showing us that stuff, right? And to me, and I don't know how familiar you are with Darren Aronofsky, but it reminded me very much about, because he's another kind of strange director, another auteur that you can kind of see like, visually, very visual, but it can pull you out of the storytelling sometimes. And that's what I struggled with sometimes in this film. Is like, you're in the middle of a story, you're sending a message. It's very Shakespearean, right? It's like very Shakespearean. Yeah. And so you get a sense of like, okay, it's like someone is speaking poetry to you, and then in the middle of the message, you're kind of getting these visuals. But sometimes you're like, okay, should I be fixated on the visual or fixated on the message? It's hard to do both. And so sometimes I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm on the visual, not the message. And I can get kind of torn back and forth sometimes.
Okay.
So that part doesn't really sit too well with me.
So just overall, you thought it was...
Yeah, that was my overall opinion of the movie, since it happens throughout.
Yeah, there's a lot of mystical...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, witches, right? He goes and sees Bjork.
He saw a Valkyrie.
Yeah, Valkyrie,
cool.
who takes him to heaven, right?
But that's the thing. I was like, was it actually happening, or that's... I know it wasn't actually happening. That's not what I mean.
Right.
But that's what he believed in that moment.
I think...
Or was he just having a dream or a vision?
I think it is a vision, but I think they are taking the vision literally.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's saying it's a vision, but because he's believed that's what's happening.
Okay.
In a spiritual world sense, right? And maybe not on an earth sense, but that is literally what will happen to his spirit once he moves on.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's just my overall view of the movie. So I wanted to see kind of how you felt about the movie as a whole.
So my kind of situation with it is I don't know what happened in these times, or how people acted, or what it was like, or how they lived.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had slaves and lived on farms. And I don't know if that was an accurate thing for this time period or not. Or is this what was happening in Scotland?
Is the accuracy of the time period affect the way you see the movie?
Kind of, because I couldn't I didn't know if that was right or wrong. It looked very good.
It did.
It all looked great, but I was like, is this like how Vikings were?
Yeah.
So if somebody watched this is like really accurate, I'm like, whoa. That's insane then.
Yeah, you're like,
this
cool.
how grown men were like acting back then? Like that's insane. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
If someone's like, no, it's all mystical, and I'm like, well, then that's not as cool
Right.
for me. But it was super violent,
Extremely violent.
super graphic, but again, it wasn't overdone.
No.
So like
no.
I enjoyed the story. Like they set it up quickly. Like it starts right away. He goes on this mission. Again, when he's doing when he's with the other group.
Yeah. So he runs.
So
off
so
and
they're
gets
like, hey,
picked
we
up
raised
by,
you. Yeah. Like I'm like, who are those guys?
But they like
Are
literally
they just like outlaws that like rob and murder people in
yeah,
different
murder
towns?
and pillage and what.
So they're like outlaws, I'm guessing.
It just kind of seemed like they're people that go around kind of taking over towns, right?
And that's what I thought of them. Like in an Old West movie, I would know who these guys are the bandits or the outlaws. They're there to cause trouble.
Basically.
I'm like, is that what is that they just want to steal?
So we don't know
and
enough
stuff?
about.
And then they just burn the town.
Yeah. Yeah.
With children inside. They gather up all the children.
Put it in this.
Put them in a house and then they burn it.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, that's insane. Did they actually do this at this point in history? Or is this like dramatized for the movie?
Gotcha.
And that, again, doesn't make it better or worse. But if someone's like, no, they actually did that back then, I'd be like, whoa, they did a really good job of making me believe that that's something that actually happened. Yeah. That's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Like him like biting people's ears off and like just stabbing people. It was really good. I like enjoyed this movie. I thought the visuals were awesome. I thought the score was insane.
Yeah.
Some of the sound was incredible. But there's one big thing, and it's not a knock on the movie.
Okay.
I don't think I could watch this again.
I agree. I think
I enjoyed this movie. Like I loved it. It was so cool. There was a lot of stuff. Like the fight at the end.
Yes.
Too short. I mean, I thought it could have been longer.
The fight at the end.
Yeah,
it was over in 2 minutes.
But like I liked the dynamic with him and Olga.
Yeah,
like they're like, oh, we're on the inside of this. Nobody knows what we're doing. Like I kind of go out like a evil in the night and kill people. Like I thought that it was really so cool.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I go back and nobody knows what's going on. So I commit this gruesome crime and I nail these people to the wall.
Yeah.
But nobody, and then they have a meeting about it and I'm in the crowd and nobody knows who it is.
Which is awesome.
And I'm like, that's so.
Which is a really cool thing.
This is crazy. And then the twist with his mom. Guy spends his entire life trying to save his mom from what he believes is a prison.
She's evil.
And she's the evil one. I was like, oh my God.
She's the one.
Crazy. She's the one that orchestrated this.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I thought, that's how I knew she was evil. Because the whole time he's like, my uncle set me on this path that ruined my life.
Right.
He's responsible. And I know he said it at some point. He was like, he's responsible for the person I've become, for the life that I hated living or something.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's powerful. And then when you find out it's the mom, it's like, oh my God, all the stuff he said about his uncle is really his mom's fault.
It's about his mom. Yeah.
And he kills his mom, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Kills his stepbrother.
Kills his and just killing people. But all of it made sense.
Yeah.
Like I loved the story, the journey he was on. But this would be hard to watch again.
I agree with you. I don't think that I would just put this on. I mean, I could probably see myself playing some scenes maybe in the future, but it's not only hard to see again, but it happens to us all the time. It's like, who would you recommend this movie to?
That's going to be my next thing.
Nobody.
I wouldn't recommend this movie to my dad.
I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
And my dad likes... he's an entertainment guy. He likes movies for the entertainment.
I was thinking about my dad the whole time because my dad loves...
My dad had been like, that's how we used to do it back then. Like, no, you didn't.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah. That's how we used to
see my childhood on screen.
Calm down, bud. But even my dad, I don't know that he would enjoy this movie.
The thing is, and going back to my original point, is because there's a level of, for lack of a better term, weirdness to this movie.
It is very weird. Willem Dafoe was weird.
Yeah, exactly. And he's the what do you call it? Like the shaman.
Drug dealer?
The drug dealer, yeah, he's the shaman, right? He's the one that gets you, that he gives you the ayahuasca. What is the dang it? I'm not good with my drugs, guys. I'm not good with the drugs.
Not up on our drug
not caught up. But there's just a level of weirdness that I don't think that my dad would appreciate.
Yeah, mine neither.
And my dad obviously loved Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven, Troy. Like, yes, like it's not that my dad can't sit through a gory movie. It's
no,
just,
they prefer it. Our dads prefer that stuff.
Absolutely. It's just there's a strangeness to this movie I don't think that they would be on board with.
I'm trying to compare this movie to something, and I don't know that I can. Because I don't think I've ever seen a movie like this before.
I haven't either.
I thought about The Passion of the Christ a couple times, which is very strange.
I get it, though. Again,
but I'm like, there's like a lot of brutality to it.
There's a lot of, yes.
And I'm like, this is like kind of how The Passion, like the point where it's something so like graphic, you're like,
it's off-putting.
Oh, man. Oh, he's still bleeding. Okay. All right, cool. He's still
going. All right.
So that's what I'm not comparing the two movies.
They're not the same.
I'm comparing to how I felt when I saw something so like insane to the eye.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, that's insane.
And again, I would relate it to what I was saying before, which is a Darren Aronofsky film. And so I watch a movie called The Fountain all the time, which has these visual moments that are sort of just like placed in the middle of the movie, which I like in that setting, in that film. It's scored by, I don't know who the composer was, but The Fountain is scored by composer Clint Mansell, and it was, again, the score in this movie is very, very reminiscent of The Fountain's.
It's powerful.
Score. It's just powerful. Yeah, and so it reminded me of that. There's comparisons to 300. I understand
300,
that. I understand that too. Yeah. Absolutely. Again, a level of weirdness to the movie in the middle of action.
Was another one that was, like, is this actually happening? There was like giant animals.
Right. Crazy. But there's moments where they go and visit witches and have visions, and and again, there's like a level of weirdness to these movies that I think is off-putting to a certain demographic. Overall, I enjoyed it.
So what would you?
I enjoyed it. I really did. Similar to you though, I like that. We sort of get the idea of what this movie is about, and then it doesn't stray.
Yeah,
that's what it is the whole time.
So then let me ask you this, because I was talking to my buddy about this. Is this an awards contender for something of another? You don't think so?
No.
Not even score, cinematography, anything like that?
There may be cinematography, but I don't think that we're going to actually, because it's not hitting on all these other areas, I don't think we're going to hear about it anymore after
It was really good, though.
It is good.
I think if it got nominated for something, I would probably agree with whatever.
Be okay with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Anya Taylor-Joy, maybe.
She's great,
great supporting actress. But
this is her type of, because again, she was in The
Witch, right?
This is her, and she's like super typecast, I think, for like just these weird like these type of movies.
Right. She has that look.
Yeah, she's weird. Yeah, she's super weird. She
has that look. And Alexander Skarsgård did do a good job as far as like embodying, I guess, a Viking, but sometimes I just felt like his acting wasn't that great.
Yeah,
he's not. I don't think when I think of phenomenal actors, I don't think of Alexander Skarsgård, but he did a really good job as far as like the heaviness of a Viking. Like I felt everything that this movie was really heavy at times when they were walking, swinging swords. It felt like there was a heaviness to it, which made it feel realistic.
I don't know anything about Vikings. But
that sword was magical too.
It was like the sword of the gods. And I actually loved the fight, the imaginary fight that he had with the pirate.
It was on a boat, right?
There was gold and stuff.
He was throwing gold at him?
But so he had like a really cool fight.
With an 8-foot pirate?
So I thought that was really cool. I was very much just like closed off. Yeah. Like just very closed off. Like focused.
Right.
Just,
I know what you mean. Like tunnel vision.
Yeah, I got super tunnel vision this entire time. And that's how I know I enjoyed it though. Yeah. Because I wasn't distracted. Like I was just totally focused in on what was happening. And I felt the movie was long.
It is.
And I'm cool. Like run times again to me are irrelevant. But like I could have seen more of this. Like I'm like, oh, they should have added 30 minutes. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm like, I wouldn't have minded seeing more of like something.
Like, did we need to sit on certain scenes as long as we did?
Yeah, like I would have loved the end fight to be a little bit longer.
They could have probably extended certain things.
That would have been cooler.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I would have liked to see
Well, because that's
more
the
of.
whole, and the ending to me is rushed in general because by the time
so fast.
by the time he understands what he has to do, he kills his mom in like an accident way almost, right?
I was so happy though.
Yeah, but it's so quick because he's basically just trying to get his mom off of him, or not be killed by his mom, and he's trying to get his stepbrother off of him. Basically, kills them both by accident, and then they move on.
Well, that was the other thing. So in that scene, he kills the mom, kills the brother.
Yeah, and then the uncle walks in. I'll meet you at the gates of hell.
So what? Again, I don't understand these times because I didn't live in these times. I wasn't a Viking. I also didn't grow up. I also didn't grow up in the Old West. But I know, and even to this day, between men, there's like this respect thing.
Yeah,
there's like this sign of respect. Like you don't stab anybody in the back. You don't shoot anybody in the back.
Right.
Like whatever.
Yeah.
That's just like how it goes. But in that moment, was there a respect thing? Like, hey, I just killed your wife and child. I'm not, therefore, not gonna kill you. In the moment, I'd be like, cool, I got you now. Let's do this right here, right now. I'm ready.
He could have just killed him.
He could have just killed him right there.
I'm sure.
But because I feel like, I don't know why I'm comparing it to a Western, but in a Western, there would have been like that. All right.
High noon.
Yep. Now we're going to have a shootout.
Now we duel.
10 paces and turn. That's how this is going to be handled. But I feel like in these savage times, he'd have been like, cool, you're right here. Going to cut your face off right now.
I would say that, except, correct me if I'm wrong, when he gets to the gates of hell and he's, banging his shield, walking up the volcano.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. That's a real sentence, I said. Yeah.
And with the dead bodies at the at the base of the volcano.
With his mother and stepbrother at the base, walks up this volcano. They're fighting around lava. And correct me if I'm wrong, the uncle comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And swings his sword at him.
Yeah.
I don't think it wasn't like a, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
Right?
But I don't know that.
I don't know either.
Again,
what are the rules?
Yeah.
We don't know the rules.
The rules I'm aware of, at least in 2022, is you both have to be aware that you can't just go up and hit someone in the back of the head.
Yeah, you can't sucker punch
because you're a little bitch if you do that.
Right.
You let them know, you turn around, let's go, and then you fight.
You're like, Hamlet.
Yeah, exactly.
Turns around.
But in that moment when he comes in, was he like, oh, I'm sorry for what I just did. I can in turn cannot kill you. We have to fight this the correct way.
Right. I would interpret it as Amleth is also shocked that he just did what he did.
Okay.
And I think that there is also, like, there's a sense of, like, I also have remorse about everything going on, right? And so I'm going to let you be because I wish I didn't just do what I did.
Because the way I saw it,
women and children are off limits. He says
for all of history, just so everybody knows.
But
for all of history,
he says in the movie, like, I do not kill women.
Oh, maybe that's what. Yeah.
And
much less your mother.
And you get the sense when he's looking at the house burning down full of children, you also get the sense that he has regret for what he did in that village. And so I do believe he breaks his own rules and he feels bad about it.
Yeah.
Yay! There we go.
Yeah, I mean,
there we go.
And that's
we found it. We got there.
I just don't know about these times or like what's right and what's wrong.
One cool part of the movie that I really enjoy, and then we can move on to, because again, this movie is poetic. This movie is Shakespearean.
It's a great movie.
It's the
nominated for something.
Not just
I do believe it.
It could be screenwriting, maybe. I mean, there's some good stuff. Your directing's great too.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's a really good movie. But because it's poetic, not just in the language being used, but literally in what's happening on the screen, the beginning of the movie where Willem Dafoe takes his tear, right? He grabs his tear and he says, "This will be the last tear that you shed from." What is it? Sadness? He doesn't say sadness.
Yeah,
but
he's like, I'll give it back to you when you're ready or something.
And that's the last thing he does. I don't know if you catch it on the volcano is he sheds that tear.
Yeah.
That's the very last thing he does.
My dad told me something like that
and
too.
And then Valkyrie.
When I turned 18. Not the same thing. But something similar. He's like, you're 18 now.
Stop being
good
a little
luck. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I get you.
We've
all been
had
there.
A flashback. Yeah.
We've all been there.
No,
Yeah.
that was I did notice that.
And but there's a lot of that, right? There's a
Yeah.
lot of the visuals. There's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of again, poetry throughout this whole film, which some people can appreciate. I get that.
And some people don't. 'Cause some
Was
people
not
just don't.
there were times where it just was not for me.
So what was the symbolism of the beauty of the man's intestines falling out of his body?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
You know,
was,
I think it's giving it your all.
Yeah?
I think it's you never give up.
all or nothing.
Never give up.
Because he was holding his
That-
intestines
yes.
in his hand.
He was like, and then lets
and then
it
they
all
began
out.
to fall.
Lets it out. You don't keep things.
Yeah.
Don't keep
Don't
stuff
keep bottled
in.
up.
Don't keep it bottled up.
That's what I thought.
Because it'll kill you.
Because it'll fall all over the ground.
So,
Jesus.
One of the coolest parts that I thought was, again, as a child, he slices that guy's nose off, right?
Yeah.
And then as an adult, what does he do?
Slices his
He just
skull
shoves
off.
it. Yeah, shoves
So
the sword.
slow.
Oh, you hear
So
it.
slow.
You
Just-
feel it almost.
Like it just goes all the way into his head.
Didn't you get a sinus pressure when that
Yeah.
happened? Yeah, you were like, ooh, I can feel that sword going into that person's face. Yeah,
Great
it was
movie though.
great.
Again, there's not a single person I know that I could recommend,
you would recommend
this to.
it to, yeah.
Nope.
If you, I mean, again, if you like blood and gore with poetry, you'll love this movie.
I feel like that's a lot of what Shakespeare was, though, right? Wasn't all his writing
yeah.
super graphic?
I mean, yeah, and I was,
Because somebody compared this to Tragedy of Macbeth with Denzel.
yeah,
And they're like, this was also that same kind of violence thing.
And, okay,
I didn't see it. I don't know.
And again, I saw the first hour of the Tragedy of Macbeth.
Was it violent?
I don't think. Well, the first hour wasn't. I don't think so. Not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this. But I couldn't get through it. I couldn't get through it.
It was boring?
I would eat this stuff up in my early days, but it was so boring to me. It was so boring to me, and I get it. I get that people can appreciate this poetry that you're seeing and hearing on screen. I get it. Literally Shakespeare on screen, right? But told in a certain visual way that is supposed to elevate the words that are being spoken on screen. But for me, it does not do that. For me, it distracts me, and I can't get on board with it throughout the whole film. And so I just get a little bit taken out of the film.
Again, at the end of the day, too, movies still, for me, and always will be for entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I'm going to watch these movies.
And if you're not entertained,
If I'm not entertained, like you said with Nomadland, like it could be the greatest thing. Everybody in the world loves it. If I don't find enjoyment or entertainment in it, it's not a good movie.
right?
Same with a
not
book.
for you.
Same with a meal. Same with anything else you do. If you don't like it,
Right.
then it's not good.
Yeah.
Even if the rest of the world does, to you, it's not for you.
And I'm not gonna gonna enjoy stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. That's similar to that. So yeah, Tragedy of Macbeth, not my thing. This movie, again, great stuff. But yeah, I actually give this movie like a 7 because there's
I
just
give it an 8 because I truly, truly enjoyed it. But my rewatchability is it's not there.
it's like 1.
Yeah, it's not there. But
Tough one. All
we
right.
got to do something else that we're both caught up on.
We are.
We'll do this one quick. We'll
do it quick because
we're
it's
at the
not
top.
done.
We'll slide down.
It's not done yet, and so the next thing we had up, and I'll be honest, I watched it today. I finished the 4th episode today, so I got caught up on Moon Knight.
Okay.
Moon Knight is pissing me off
Okay.
so much.
Okay.
And
Pisses me off too.
Okay, and
But we've said that every single episode.
I know, and
I've told you every single
and
episode.
I haven't changed why it's upsetting me at all.
Because there's no Moon Knight.
There's no Moon Knight in this show.
Yeah.
There's 2 minutes of Moon Knight in episode 3, and there's a minute of Moon Knight in episode 4. It's oh, actually, I don't know if there is Moon Knight in episode 4. I don't think there is. No Moon Knight in episode 4.
because he lost his avatar.
He loses it,
Yep.
yeah.
So he can't be Moon Knight.
Yeah. So no Moon Knight in episode 4, barely anything in episode 3, and it's just pissing me off.
But how cool was the scene in episode 3 when he was Moon Knight?
It was
The
very
fight
cool.
sequence was awesome. I thought it was awesome.
When he's fighting the people on the horses and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's stabbed. He has 10 spears going through him. And it's raw.
Yeah,
that was cool.
And then we see the mask, Iron Man style, kind of go away, right? And then come back.
How good was the ending scene in episode 4?
It was.
I loved it. Did you like it?
the whole sequence,
The hospital
or
sequence.
literally when he sees the hippo.
That was terrifying. But like after he gets shot,
I loved it.
that whole sequence was awesome.
Did he? Well, so
Did he get shot? Yeah.
Yeah, he got shot. Yeah, and he falls.
I was confused sometimes when I'm like, oh, I forget this isn't like old Egypt. Like this is happening today. So
were there guns?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Yes, no, yeah.
Because a mummy showed up. I thought that was awesome too.
It was awesome.
Like an actual mummy showed up.
They're mummifying people.
Yeah, like in the tomb.
Yeah.
Still in 2022.
Like,
this is an old Egypt. This is today.
Today.
Yeah.
If you were to walk into a tomb, you'd be mummified. Mm-hmm. It was like, holy crap.
But I'm very I like the show though. I really do like the show. It's cool. There's a lot of fun history crap in there. Whatever. Yeah. That's all fine and good. I even love the part where they're like in the tomb, like the council's there.
Oh,
and, like,
right.
He's on trial. Like I like all that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's why this is like the most awesome, like boringest show I've ever seen. Because again, I'm loving everything that's happening.
Yeah.
I love the story. I love this guy's got multiple personality. His wife comes along. Wife's confused, and she turns out she has a complex now because her dad was killed not by him, but like because of crew.
Him. Yeah,
who, like did nothing to stop it. So that element was really
his
cool.
fault, right?
The history I found King Tut's tomb or whatever.
Alexander the Great.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry for you guys.
I'm sorry. King Tut. He's not in this.
No,
he hasn't showed up yet. He's got to show up, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Is this Cleopatra in there somewhere?
Dude, it's got to. But like, I love all of this stuff.
Right.
It's really cool. It's very interesting.
It is interesting.
It is a different take, but there's no like fun action happening.
Well, yeah. So I was gonna.
Where's the action?
Isn't it more like Night at the Museum-y, more National Treasure?
Great movies though. Love all those movies.
They're entertaining.
They're great entertainment.
But I wouldn't call those superhero movies.
Nope.
I wouldn't consider those to be part of the MCU.
And all it's done for those 2 episodes at 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So those could be great, which there probably will be.
Sure.
But, and I was thinking about it. They're like, oh, well, where do we put Moon Knight now with Doctor Strange? And blah, blah, blah. I was like, don't put him anywhere. I don't want to see him anywhere.
No, nowhere.
He doesn't deserve to be anywhere. He hasn't done anything.
He's done zero.
Moon Knight, the superhero, whatever he is, has gained my interest as 0.
I'll tell you what has actually gained my interest from the show, because of the show, is the idea that the gods have avatars. I think is super cool.
Yeah.
Because all I want to do now is see all the other avatars, right? So this is Moon Knight. Well, what are all the other ones? And that's what I want to take a look at. And I wish we'd be down that path already.
Yeah.
Versus this National Treasure style show. Mm-hmm. And you're right. At the last sequence of episode 4 is awesome. Mm-hmm. They're trapped in his mind, right? And now they can see each other and they're talking to each other and cool. Where does that leave us? What's going to happen next? That's interesting.
Do we find out that this is all a dream and this guy's in a mental hospital? Or do you think it's actually all really happening?
I think it's actually all really happening.
Okay.
But what we see is in his mind. The very end of episode 4 is what's in his mind. Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know. You'd be so mad if episode 5 starts and he was in a mental hospital this whole time.
If that's what happens, I'll be super pissed. I'll be super pissed.
I'll be pissed. Yeah. But whatever. We got 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
Super fine.
As long as we get Moon Knight. And but the thing is, they have to escape his mind, right? And then they have to actually go free Khonshu so that he can get the suit back, which is probably all of episode 5, which means we're not going to get Moon Knight until episode 6, which is exactly what we said was going to happen and is exactly what's going to piss us off.
Yeah.
Because you gave me little bits of pieces here and there, and then you're like, oh, but episode 6, he's Moon Knight. Fine. Then call the show Mark and Steven, and then call the next season Moon Knight. But this is not a show about... But it's not a show about Moon Knight.
But Marvel's allowed to do that stuff because they are Marvel and they can do whatever they want.
Well, it's annoying.
And our dumbasses are subscribing to their service.
We're funding
paying $5 a month to watch these shows.
I know.
And getting their subscriber count way up.
Right.
But you know whose subscriber count is way down?
Way down.
Way down.
It's Netflix.
Netflix is having some problems.
Well, how do you
And
feel?
I would love to be a fly in the wall during the meetings that they're having, which I get promise you are every single day at 8 a.m.
Yeah. What do we do?
They're all getting
what
together.
Do we do?
And I told you this before. I'm going to tell everybody now. I'm no Jordan Belfort, all right? I'm not a business person. I'm not a Wall Street guy.
Yeah.
I'm not in crypto and the stocks. I don't know anything about that. I don't. I'm not a money guy. I have $3 in my wallet right now.
Yeah. You're like, sure. Like, who do, don't trust me.
Don't.
What do I know?
Part of everything I'm about to say is probably 100% wrong. But I do know one thing. Is they're in trouble.
Yeah.
There should be seriously concerned.
I think in this case, less is not more.
They should be in those meetings every day. Like, guys, we need to do something.
What do we do?
And the only reason I say that is because it's not over yet.
No, not at all. They said it was going to get really bad.
It's going to get worse.
And I think to Netflix's credit, they knew this was going to happen because they knew that the numbers they had from the pandemic were inflated.
Yeah.
So they knew, and I think they had told investors previously, hey, look, like, yes, we grew 10 million subscribers, but they're sort of fake. Like, they're not real subscribers because as soon as this pandemic is over, people are going to bounce.
Yep.
They're not going to stick around. So, but that did not keep investors from selling their stock and Netflix losing $50 billion.
That's a lot,
you're Netflix,
man, overnight.
And if you're Netflix and you lose $50 billion, I think you're worried for sure. And I don't know if it plateaued yet, but it was not. It was
good. Bad.
Yeah.
And it's with any of these again, I'm not a professional. It's with any of these big companies. Once their stock goes down, everybody panics.
Right.
Everyone's like, whoa, like what's going on?
Yeah.
The whole GameStop thing, their shit went up, and everyone's like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah.
It affects everybody.
Yes.
Also, Netflix kind of sucks.
Let's throw that out there.
All right.
Let's throw that out
I'll be paying $20 a month to like
you can't
watch fucking At Home or the home game, the home team, whatever that I watched earlier.
Is
like
it Cake?
Only movie. Is it Cake? What's the guy's name that does it?
I know. Yeah.
Super funny.
So funny.
I think I haven't watched this show.
Me
but
either,
on SNL, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He has like a funny little kid name.
Yeah.
He's
like another John Mulaney.
Yeah. But he's hilarious. I'm not paying $20 a month.
No, it's too much.
It's insane.
It's too much.
And then they're like, oh, well, we'll put ads on there. Now I'm really not going to pay $20 a month.
Oh, for sure not.
For ads. Because guess what? Guess who doesn't have ads? Hulu. Well, if you pay for the thing.
Sure, but it's not $20.
I pay premium on all my services, all right? That's crazy. I don't have ads on Hulu. I don't have ads on Disney Plus.
Right.
I'm loving HBO Max. That's probably top spot right now.
HBO Max is, I think,
I don't have ads on Spotify. Underrated. I know it's a music streaming service. It's still a streaming service. Yeah. I don't have ads there.
Well, there's going to be a no ad option, right? For $25.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Netflix is not worth it. That's the problem.
Because it's not worth it to me.
Yeah.
What is on Netflix that I have to have? You know what I'm watching on Netflix right now? New Girl for the 19th time.
Yes.
In the background while I'm cooking dinner.
And that's
the only thing I'm watching.
That's their problem,
on Netflix
right?
now.
That's their problem.
You don't have the content that I want.
And the content that you do want comes every 4 months. Right? So why wouldn't you
get an Adam Project or you
get a Red Notice that you might want to watch.
You want to watch.
Yeah.
Netflix is big. Netflix is big here in town.
Right.
The hotspot now. People are coming to my town to join Netflix. Join the Netflix community.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I don't
watch Netflix.
I know.
I don't. Because there's no content on there.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me you're going to charge me $20 plus put ads, plus you're going to take my password sharing away? What are you guys going to do? You guys are doomed. You're going to pay me $20 a month? You're not going to do that.
Hell no, I'm not going to pay you that. Well, because...
So you're limiting all these things.
Yeah.
And Netflix reigns supreme for so long because they've been around the longest.
Right.
I don't want to go super deep into it. From the little information I know, they should be shitting their pants right now. They really should.
And I think that, they are, for sure. I think they are shitting their pants. Two, I think they realize they're not unstoppable and they're not immortal, right? So they can absolutely be dead in the water if they don't get their shit together. 3, I think a lot of people are now, this is where I was kind of alluding to earlier. Okay, before streaming was sort of second tier, right? No, we don't do streaming because the good stuff is in the theaters. Netflix kind of turned that around and said, hey, that's not true. Good quality shows can be found on streaming, right? Apple Plus just proved that by having an Academy Award winner.
Apple TV Plus is
doing well.
I'm gonna have to do it. I don't want to.
Dude, there's good stuff.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, there's good stuff on Apple TV, and $5, right? Or I think it's still $5 right now.
Yeah,
$5 for Apple, $5 for Disney. That's easy. It's an easy pill to swallow for what I'm getting, because also for $5, it cost me $5 to rent a movie.
Yeah,
$5 gets me a streaming service for a month. I cancel it. That's fine. I go to the next one for $5. Cancel that. That's fine.
When's the last time you saw a Redbox box anywhere?
Man. Oh, I see him.
How big that was?
I see him with the burn-in on the screens.
Yeah.
Can't even pick a movie. But
they're in trouble again. They're just put some content out there.
Well, yeah. So now
and I don't mind. I don't have any problem watching. Keep paying whatever for your service.
Everybody get HBO. That's the moral of the story. Everybody get HBO Max because it's the best one so far. So many good
shows. You got Westworld, Succession,
great. Flight Attendant,
the DC World, Flight Attendant. There's so much out there.
Euphoria,
and it's new content. I'm gonna get to Euphoria.
I haven't seen not one episode, but I hear stuff.
Well, I don't want to get on a Euphoria rant, but I didn't do it because everyone's like, "Go watch it now. You have to. It's the greatest show. It's the greatest show of all. Best thing." I'm like, dude, don't tell me.
Yeah.
If you tell me it's the greatest show of all time, it's the best thing you've ever seen.
You're not gonna go.
And let me tell you why. Because the people that were telling me that, not reliable people. Okay. I had these people that was like, "You seen Euphoria?" I was like, "No, I haven't." It's like, it's one of the greatest shows I've ever seen, and I'm like, look who is the person telling me that.
Yeah. You're like,
I don't know that you're gonna have the greatest.
You're like, what's your favorite show of all time?
Yeah.
They're like, Gossip Girl, and you're like, okay, listen.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Happy for you. Not my style.
But does that mean Euphoria is high quality?
I mean, it looks high quality.
It looks high quality. But again, I've had multiple different people that I'm like,
maybe get to it.
Yeah.
Maybe get to it.
You're also the one that told me Fireball's the greatest alcohol of all time. So gonna go ahead and take what you tell me very lightly.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one. I get you. I'm not really like Euphoria is not my style. It's not my cup of tea.
No, I mean I'll probably do it at some point.
I'm not gonna enjoy it as much as everybody else is. I already know that. So we'll just have to put that on the back burner.
So what do we got coming up? Love and Thunder?
Yeah. So I
have no idea what your thoughts are.
We haven't talked about it. I was gonna say I wanted to know what you thought.
I did tell you in the group chat though. I don't know if you remember.
I don't think I do remember.
All right, well,
in the group chat.
Well, let's go first one more time.
Well, okay, so it's a teaser, right?
Yeah,
it's a teaser.
It's a teaser,
and it looks funny. Chris Hemsworth is beautiful.
Love him.
He's a beautiful man. Giant muscles, and I believe he is a god. And he is hilarious, and I trust Taika Waititi, and I think this movie is going to be hilarious. I don't know if I got any of that from the movie. I mean, from the trailer, but there were some funny elements in there.
There always is in every Marvel trailer.
Song choice. Great. It was pretty.
It's a great song.
If anything, the song pumped me up. If anything, I got.
So that's what I'll say in my review.
Yeah, because and I did appreciate the shot of Jane at the end, right? And Mighty Thor. I like that they gave us a little bit of Mighty Thor, and we see Jane. Great, she's holding Mjolnir. We're all like, "What? Where's that from?"
Yeah.
And I like that little tease, and then we don't really know, like much else. Do we need to? Do we need to know anything else though?
No, because guess what, Marvel and Disney, I'm gonna go pay money to watch your movie anyway.
They already have my money.
100%.
I'm already buying the ticket.
100%.
So I guess they don't have to show us anything else. Just show us that the gang is back.
Yeah.
That it's going to be a good time. You're going to laugh, probably going to cry. And overall, you're going to be entertained.
Isn't
that what you want?
That's all I need.
I'm in. it was a good. I will say it was a good trailer. It wasn't the best teaser trailer I've ever seen in my whole life. It was a good teaser trailer, and I'm on board. What are your thoughts?
So my thoughts have stayed the same.
Remind me, because I don't remember.
Continue, like with the whole Marvel thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
I've seen 3 other Thor movies.
Yeah.
I've already seen all this. Like,
it's the same.
The trailer was good because of the song.
Yeah.
Everyone was fired. Like, let's go. Because of the song, not because of the video.
I know.
If you watched the trailer with no sound,
you don't think it's good.
Would everybody still be like, yeah, let's go, all right.
Would you be pumped?
Would you be as excited? No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying everybody on the internet.
The general population.
That's like lost their mind.
It was like the most watched trailer of all time on YouTube?
It was
200
Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses was the song.
Well, that's the song. Yeah.
Oh, great song.
But I'm saying that the trailer on YouTube, I think it was the most watched in 24 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, every Marvel movie.
200 and something mil in 24 hours.
Which is all fine and good.
But you're saying
I've already been...
that was because of the song.
Maybe.
I'm just curious.
Probably.
I'm just curious. I'm going to go watch it in silence.
Probably. What was so great about this trailer?
I'm going to tell you.
It was just another trailer. To me, it was.
Right.
To me, it was. Again, a lot of this stuff is like it has been for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, yo. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot. Now we got the Guardians mixed with and I get that people love all this stuff. I love it too. I'm not going to go into another rant. I can't. I just saw a great movie last night. A new, original, great movie, great actors, this. I've seen Thor do things already. I've already seen the Guardians of the Galaxy defend the galaxy.
The Northman
was
fresh,
so exciting and
different.
new. And I was like, I've never seen anything like this before.
And then here we go with MCU.
And then, I've already... And again, that doesn't mean the trailer was bad. But the trailer did... I'm like, oh,
okay.
My God, bro. I can't wait 3 more... I got to see this movie right now.
I know what you're saying.
I liked it. I'm like, oh, cool. We got my Thor. Natalie Portman's awesome. Chris Hemsworth is awesome. Chris Pratt is awesome. Love Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah.
Draft.
The whole gang.
The whole gang.
Yeah.
I love these guys.
Yep.
Whether I saw a trailer or not, I'm going to go watch this movie.
Yeah, sure.
But at the same time, if this movie was never announced or made, I wouldn't have been like asking for it. I'd be like, oh,
True.
We got a trilogy. We already got 3 Thor movies.
Yeah. Do we need a 4th?
Do we need a 4th? Or do we need a 5th? Do we need a 4th? Like,
do we need a 4th, 5th, 6th?
Like,
yeah,
I don't
get
know.
You.
But again, and that's people like, oh, well, you're just a hater, blah blah blah. I'm not a hater.
Well,
I've already seen this stuff for the past 12 years.
But I understand what you're saying because, and it's funny. Based on what you are telling me right now is actually making me appreciate the Northman more because of what it was. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's something. It's a story told that we don't get very often, and in a unique way, right? And these Marvel movies are sort of copy paste. I think,
but which is fine. I've already told. I have superhero posters hanging on my wall.
Scared the crap out of me.
I have comics. I have comic books in my closet. I have all this stuff because
because you enjoyed it.
Because I love it.
You're a fan.
And I love all these characters. It's so great to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like the Northman and even the massive talent, like all that stuff. I'm like, this is new. This is exciting. This is this is fun. I had so much fun in Ambulance. I had so much fun in all these other movies that I've seen because they were new movies to me. I'm gonna go into Thor. And be like, I've seen 3 other movies, and now they're just a little less serious, and they're a lot more funny with the jokes and the family and all, which, again, I love.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, I'm hoping is going to be serious and dark.
Different.
There's going to be serious consequences and things that are going to affect the outcome of everything. Are we going to get X-Men? Or are we going to get it like, what could this is big. I think Doctor Strange has big stakes.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before.
Well, and we don't know what Thor's stakes are, right? He just he has like an identity crisis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, it could be the greatest thing ever. But you have the Guardians, so I know it's going to be silly and goofy. There's going to be a lot of funny jokes, and that's all fine and good.
Yeah.
But like Doctor Strange has me pumped because I'm like, dude, this could be anything.
Looks like the universe can get destroyed.
Yeah. There's a whole plethora of things that are going to affect the outcome of everything.
Yeah.
And that's awesome to me.
Okay.
And for me and Thor, it's like, it's going to be great. And, you know, we'll get a new Thor.
So do you think Thor
stuff like this
is more of a, what we were saying earlier about our show, filler for that character?
I just don't know what is the purpose of this fourth movie.
Well, we don't know.
Is it
we
just
don't know.
to get us Mighty Thor?
No, because I don't believe that Natalie Portman is going to make 3 movies after this. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they announced a Natalie Portman-led movie.
That would be shocking.
Where she is now, and I'm like,
I would be surprised.
Again, I don't want to be a hater because
well, we don't know.
Because we have this could be the greatest movie. This could be the first Marvel movie to win an Oscar. I have no idea.
We have no idea what the stakes are, what the purpose is. Is this to end Thor movies? Yeah. Right? We don't know. We have no idea.
Whatever it is. And all I'm saying is I've seen 26 movies this year so far. It's mid-April.
Pretty crazy.
26 movies.
Pretty crazy.
And there were so many great, original, new, exciting movies that have never, ever been done before. And that are great to see. Yeah. And then when you announce... It to me, it's kind of like... Maybe another bad example on my part. When you open another Starbucks down the road...
Okay.
Cool, I'm still going to go because now it's more convenient for me.
Yeah.
But I don't need,
yeah, but the store layout is different.
Yeah.
They introduced a new sandwich.
There's going to be a new staff, all this stuff. So, yes, I'm going to go anyways because I go to Starbucks all the time.
Yeah.
So now you're opening up another one that's closer to my work. It's easier for me on my weekends when I'm doing my shopping. So, yeah, I'm going to go.
Right.
But I'm like,
I know what you're saying.
I would have been fine if it never happened.
Okay.
I don't know if that
That's a good, I get that. I absolutely get that.
I don't know. That's all I got. It was a fun trailer.
It was fun.
Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses, great song.
Great song.
If the movie premiered without that song, would we all still be having the same effect? Because a song can make or break a trailer. I'm telling you right now, if I were to go through my top 5 most watched trailers of all time, 2 of them are because of the music. I'm telling you.
Interesting.
It's Bohemian Rhapsody and Elvis are way up there as far as how many times I've watched the Elvis trailer. Might now be the most trailer I've ever watched.
Really?
I'll just throw the trailer on just to watch it.
Just to
watch it.
Just to fill that void.
Just to watch, because I'm like, there's like the
there
music.
It is.
Gets
well,
you going.
It's a good trailer, but that's a good trailer.
It's a good trailer.
It is a good trailer. Yeah.
And there's so many of his songs.
Yeah.
When Unchained Melody starts playing, I'm like, oh my love, my darling. I'm like, I love his trailer. And then when I saw Bohemian Rhapsody,
yeah, it's so good.
Like that trailer, I watched many times.
That's true.
I just watch these trailers so many times because I love the music. I love the music. And I just wonder if Thor's trailer played with just an instrumental and not one of the greatest songs of the 80s, you could probably argue, or one of Guns N' Roses' biggest songs. If that song was taken out, would everybody have still had the same level of hype?
Yeah,
for the video?
I know what you're saying.
I just don't know.
I know what you're saying.
Not a Marvel hater.
I do think that some of it is character driven too, like you were saying earlier.
I loved when he was working out with the chains. That was crazy.
So funny, awesome. Right? But it was Fat Thor.
Dude, it was Fat Thor, like getting back into shape.
But that's character driven.
Exactly.
Which is like, so visually on screen, I think music aside, you'd have been like, oh,
that was great, yeah.
Like,
I don't even know where he was working out.
But
like,
I don't know.
The new Asgard, that's really cool. Like, again, there are elements.
But again, you see
when he was running. The opening shot when he's like a kid,
right?
Old, like, that was a great. That was a great opening way for the trailer.
Yeah, but not related to the music is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Again, Natalie Portman holding Mjolnir, not related to music. I think is an awesome shot. Even where he is. Being hated on by Chris Pratt. What's his name? Star-Lord. Again, like there are a lot of character-driven instances in this trailer that I think are assisted by the music. But to be fair, you make a trailer, music is part of the trailer. If they want to pick a good song, that's fine. That's
they've always
fair
done.
to them. Yeah.
I mean, they did it for Ragnarok.
They can do that.
They
that's
put in
fair.
some great trailers, and that's what elevates it.
And I think that's fair game.
Yeah.
If they want, if they're like, you know what, I think it would be elevated because, again, that's sort of their deal, right? We got the same thing with Ragnarok where we sort of get this
what
80s.
Was the trailer for that? That was Led Zeppelin?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Led Zeppelin.
I don't know if it's Led Zeppelin, but it's, what's the song? Oh my gosh, you did it and you messed me up.
I think it's Led Zeppelin. I'm not 100% sure.
I can't believe you messed me up.
Dad's going to watch like, that's so-and-so. What's wrong with you?
What does the matter with you? The something song, oh my god, I can't remember the name of the song. Dang it. It starts with the... yeah. Stop it right now.
So that's what we got. We got Doctor Strange next. That'll be a big one. We going 8 a.m.?
Are we?
I
feel like we have to. We have to. Straight out of theater and 8 a.m. the next day.
Straight out theater review, 8 a.m.
Next day. I don't know.
Any big predictions for that? Real quick. Everyone's like, oh, we're going to get Hugh Jackman. We're going to get Ryan Reynolds. We're going to get...
I honestly don't think that we're going to get any odd, like any Fox cameos. I don't think we're going to get any Fox cameos. I think anything that's fair game right now is just what's been in the MCU so far.
Yeah.
But anything additional, other than the fact that we're getting Patrick Stewart, which we already know.
That is known.
That's already known. I don't think that they're going to bring out a Fox character out of nowhere. I don't think so either. I don't see it. I absolutely conceive them pulling out MCU characters, but nothing.
Who would be like the one to show up? That would be kind of... And why are people saying Tom Cruise is Iron Man?
Because he was on set for a day or something? I don't know.
If Tom Cruise shows up as Iron Man, listen, that's lame.
That's lame.
Sorry. Tom Cruise's Tony Stark is lame.
You know what I was actually hoping would happen instead of bringing in other characters is they would bring in like other superheroes. They would bring in other characters from other movies. So it'd be funny if like Tom Cruise showed up, but as Maverick. Like,
that would be hilarious.
Like if he brought in like other characters, like Indiana Jones shows up. And they're like, where the hell are we?
Yeah.
And it's just Harrison Ford, right? Like if we saw a lightsaber in this movie because you're like, oh, that's like Luke Skywalker shows up. And you're like, what the hell? That would be funny. More appealing to me than what X-Men character are we getting? But like, I don't care.
I'm not going off on the MCU rant again. Any MCU character that you bring in, I've already seen that. That's not exciting to me. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm hoping it's a Fox like character because that would be new and different. If you bring in Bucky, cool. I've already seen Bucky.
It's not. Yeah.
Fucking so.
Oh, they're saying.
Guess what? If you bring in Deadpool, fucking so. I've seen 2 movies of Deadpool. I don't give a shit.
But basically, I think if you saw What If, I think there's a lot of parallels. So like if you saw What If, then you can see Captain Carter, right? For example, you might see like different iterations of the characters, which I get. I absolutely understand.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna see Bucky. We might see what Bucky could have been, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be what we think it is, which is fine. I'm ready either way.
I'm super excited for this movie.
I am too.
Trailers so dizzy.
Yeah, I know.
So dizzy.
I know. Like just.
I'm excited though. I'm ready, and that'll be our next one.
So I can't wait. Hopefully all those reshoots don't mess it up.
No, they were forced, or I don't know what they said about him.
Sam Raimi couldn't make the movie he wanted to make.
Yeah, so Marvel.
Yeah, I know. He's
I
filming at Marvel.
I thought he did make the movie he wanted to make, and then Marvel's like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, I'm already done. And they're like, don't care. You can't do that. Well, that was my understanding of the reshoots.
So they always schedule the reshoots, no matter what.
Yeah, of course. You have to.
Kevin Feige changes the play mid-game every single time. Mm-hmm. That's, again, not unknown. And I do think that they probably had an agreement, like every director and producer do, about what the movie's going to be before they start. And then Sam Raimi starts making it, and they change the play. And that's very typical of Marvel. That's not surprising to me at all. And Sam Raimi was like, hey, what? And Kevin Feige's like, oh, you thought you were in charge. That's funny. No, I'm in charge.
Nobody's in charge but Kevin Feige.
Just me, bud. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah. So for all you big-time directors out there watching us, you're not in charge.
Kevin Feige's in charge.
Yeah.
all the time,
100%.
every movie. So, yeah, he says, go and shoot this because I think this would be better. You go and shoot that.
Yeah, don't ask questions.
And that's the way it goes. And Sam Raimi might have been like, oh, really? And Kim Feige went, yeah, go do that now.
100%.
I'm excited.
That's our next one.
Can't wait.
We'll get to it.
And we'll finish Moon Knight. We'll see what the heck happens
Moon Knight.
there.
We got a couple weeks for that. Like, comment, subscribe, Instagram,
all the good
TikTok.
stuff. Follow us.
Let us know if you like the show. Great. If it impacted you in some way, great. If it didn't,
let me know one thing. I want to say one thing. I know you wrapped it up. I apologize.
You got to start the intro. Like, you got to start the outro.
And then, hold on. I have something to say here. Hold on.
All right. What you got?
So someone did comment on our video, and I don't think he watches the show. He watched our Batman out of theater review.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw the comment recently.
Don't know. There were so many. Thank you for all the comments.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of comments on that
great.
Batman review. Fantastic. So this person, Ryan, comments about our
Okay.
And he, I assume it could be a she. I apologize. But this person comments and basically says, like, I hated this movie so much. Hated it.
Okay.
Okay. It wasn't a bash against our video.
Yeah.
It was just like, I saw it. You guys enjoyed it. I hated it.
Okay.
Basically what was being said. And
Okay.
gave all these legitimate reasons as to why.
Mm-hmm.
And I comment back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm like, look, I totally get it. I absolutely understand.
Didn't see this, but okay.
Just go check out the comment.
Okay.
Again, very legitimate reasons as to why someone would not enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the score. I didn't like the story. And you're like, cool. Like,
right.
Those are very important things. So if you don't like those things, I can absolutely understand why you don't like this movie. So I comment back and I tell him that. Hey, like, I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. That's a bummer. And of course, if you didn't like those things, you're not going to like the movie.
Yeah.
So that sucks. And then he mentioned narration, which I told you I also hate narration. He hates narration. I'm like, yeah, I absolutely agree.
Okay.
He writes back, I think I was too hard on this movie. I got to give it another view. Thank you for not coming after me. I really appreciate it.
I didn't see any of that, but I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. And he's like, and thanks for having a conversation. He said, subbed.
Great.
I was like, yeah. That's what it's about, guys. That's what it's about.
And that's why talking to other people that enjoy movies is such a great thing.
Exactly.
I have these conversations with people all the time. I love the debate or the argument.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Makes for good conversation.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I hope he did rewatch it. And if he doesn't like it, then fine.
That's fine.
He gave it
but just
tries.
Because
he gave 6 hours of his life.
I know.
And if you give 6 hours of your life, and it's like, I still don't know.
Well, and
one of my best friends, a big viewer of the show, called me. I'm telling him every day, I was like, dude, come on the show.
Heck yeah.
Like, I didn't like this movie. I really didn't like it.
The Batman.
Yeah. He's like, me and my brother, we didn't like it. And I was like, what? And I know him really well. He's so
you're like,
close. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
you
you're
stupid
dumb.
loser. And he's like, no, listen to me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. And I was like, okay. He's like, don't start yet. Let me tell you
why.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Exactly. Yeah. So again, we sat on the phone for 20, 30 minutes about why I didn't like it. I was like, okay. I'm not going to sit there and force you to make you like this movie.
Well,
you didn't like it.
Yeah, that's not our job.
Because of these reasons, and you compared it to this, and that's what you like more, that's fine.
And it's all valid.
I still like The Dark Knight more. And people are like, how could you? You're crazy. And I'm like, that's just what I like. I don't want anybody to force me to change my opinion on what Batman's greatest. I'm not going to force you to change yours.
Look.
Kanan, you're an idiot.
Nomadland won Best Picture.
Yeah.
Okay? I hate that movie with a passion.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the way film goes.
All film is subjective.
That is why when people tell me that they hated something I really liked or loved, that I love that conversation. That's my favorite conversation to have.
Yeah.
It's my favorite to be like, and not because I want to debate you and convince you, but truthfully, I want you to convince me because maybe I'm not seeing something that you're seeing.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different perspective. So I'm like, cool. Tell me, because I would love to enjoy this movie more. If someone wants to tell me why The Northman is better than a 7, tell me. I'm not going to try to convince you that it's a 7. I would love to enjoy that movie more.
But I like those debates and especially in film, aside from other major debates that people have in the world.
Sure.
Guess what? Neither of us are really right or wrong.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it. We can both be right.
We can both be right. We can both be wrong. We have no idea. We set up this channel to give the impression that we are not professionals.
Exactly.
Because guess what? We're fucking
We are not.
We are not getting paid to do this. We are not on sets. We don't have behind the scenes scoops on stuff. We don't have any of that.
No.
We're just giving our opinion on stuff.
We're the common man.
That's the regular Joe Schmo.
The peasants.
Guys.
We're the peasants reporting.
On the ground floor in the mailroom, reporting on movies.
That's all we're doing.
So,
for fun.
If you do like it, if you want to hear more, comment, like,
subscribe.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know.
I'd love to hear about it. Let's have more conversations.
All right. That's all we got. Doctor Strange, 2 weeks.
Next time. Can't wait. Later.